This year marked the first annual Latino Film Market Festival, and the Manhattan Neighborhood Network, among others, sponsored this event. I must say that this event was totally amazing, and you can ask David because he was there for the event. Right, David?
Right.
Well, we're going to bring the highlights of this year's event to you and the two people who made it happen.
Well, there's only one person here, but we'd like to please welcome the one that started this whole Latino film market that drives me nuts. Please welcome Arilyn Martinez, ladies and gentlemen. Woo!
Thank you so much for the invitation, David, and thank you, everyone.
Absolutely.
You're very welcome.
Glad to have you here.
Yeah, we're glad to have you here. I just want to begin in here because you have like an amazing background, like because you started out as an entrepreneur and director and producer, like born in Puerto Rico. Tell us more about that experience.
Well, I always like filmmaking, and I was able to start everything up when I decided to leave Puerto Rico and move here to New York City, where I went to college here. I did a second degree here in film production in Brooklyn College, and that's where everything started. Yeah.
My gosh. And so, in all of that led you to create the Latino Film Market Festival.
Yes.
So tell us more about how that all began and what got you inspired into creating that festival.
Well, what it actually got me inspired about doing the Latino film market was that I was working in a lot of big budget production and also small productions, but I wasn't able to see a lot of people in top higher positions. I didn't saw any Latinos. And always it was like really hard for me to go upper. So I decided to create my own opportunities and create the Latino film market because there is no market for the Latinos here in the US. And that's how everything come up. And then I had with me an amazing colleague. Her name is Argelis Wesley. She helped me a lot to put together the festival. Also, you know, a lot of other contributors, Laura Rosado, Zenaida Mendez, and different people that helped me with all the process. Yeah.
Wow. Now, that probably explains why Eminem got involved in sponsoring this year's 2017 film festival.
Yes.
I'm shocked
Oh,
and hurt.
Zenaida was amazing. She helped me with the space. Also, she also decided to provide for the winners an award. So everyone is happier that they can update what they know in the Firehouse Eminem.
Would you like to give a shout out to Zenaida on camera 3?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Zenaida, thank you so much, and we're definitely gonna continue working together.
Help us out with our show, please. If you come on down.
Oh, gosh.
David.
You see, you're
Such a
already driving me
character he
nuts
is.
already.
Yeah.
Oh, so I wanted to ask you, you are an activist, so I've heard. And I just wanted to ask you, like, how is your vision in women empowerment and education in society?
Well, definitely the great thing about, sorry that I'm gonna combine this a little bit, the great thing about the Latino film market is that the team were primarily women, and that's amazing. And also, I also had the opportunity to put together different batches, and I created the woman empowerment because we like it or not, we're still debating with men in the industry, like in general, imagine for Latinas. So that's why I decided to actually talk about it, and also I give the opportunity to women to expose, screen their work.
What age group do you think that this targets mainly?
The Latino film market, do you mean?
Yeah,
Or-
for the women empowerment program that you initiated. What you just told me about.
I'm sorry.
Now, weren't you just talking about that backstage? That was a good question. I think
Yeah,
she
which one?
she basically was trying
I
to say.
maybe didn't word myself correctly.
No,
Yeah.
no worries.
What I was talking about, I'm sorry.
Well, we all wound up in the twilight zone, so no worries here. Look, basically, she was just trying to tell us about the distribution for not only but also for the youth. What age group you?
What age group you are targeting to empower?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like 13-year-olds, teenagers, specifically what age group?
Well, I think the great thing about the Latino film market is that if you made a movie and you would like to learn about distribution, that's the place to go. First of all, at this year, we decided to educate towards distribution, but later on, we would like to add different distribution companies that can come and lead store a deal right there. Yeah, we got three already, three distributor interested in the different films that were submitted. So I don't think it's really an age. It depends on what age can you actually finish a short film or a feature film. Maybe teenagers up. Yeah, primarily.
Okay. Yeah, I think it's
Interesting.
important to empower teenagers.
Mm-hmm.
You need a lot of empowerment for teenagers nowadays.
Big time. Is
Yeah, it's true it's true what you're saying because a lot of there have been a lack of certain opportunities like in the film industry, particularly for anyone who's Spanish.
Yeah.
Like you don't see a lot of that. Like you're just starting to see African Americans get a taste of that, even
Yeah.
in the world in the role of directing. But you know, like what kind of got you into film in the first place? Like what was it that made you want to study film?
Well, when I was back then, when I was like in middle school, well, I think I always liked movies because my parents used to take me whenever a Disney movie come out.
Oh yeah.
Let's start from that.
this may seem like an odd question to ask. How were your teachers in middle school? I'm about to quiz Arilyn right now here.
They were good. Yeah.
Were you on your best behavior?
Yes, I was always
my
a good
gosh.
student. Yeah, I wasn't the bad girl at all.
Did you always do
Thank
your homework on
goodness.
time?
Yes, I was those, how you call them?
Bookworms.
Yeah.
Were your parents very involved in like you getting your homework done, getting to school
I
on time?
I was always doing it by myself.
I'm keeping
Yeah.
my eye on you
I love
already.
to study, I love math, and I love to read. Back then, not anymore much. But
Right.
Thank
But
you for your
yeah.
honesty. We appreciate that.
So-
Jesus, she's being honest.
but I used to love going to school, and I didn't want to miss one class. Yes.
Yeah. So
amazing.
so Disney movies were kind of like your inspiration.
I love the stories. Yeah, I was always thinking about the stories. Then when I get to middle school, I wanted to be more an actress for film.
Yeah.
And then everything changed when I get to the university. I
Oh,
was like,
wow.
no, this is not for me. I prefer to be behind camera and, write and direct and do camera work. Yeah.
And you did like a film that you created, right?
Yes, I did a film in Puerto Rico. I did everything here, and then I flew some of my friends to shoot in Puerto Rico.
The name of
Yeah.
the film was called The Taking of
The texture of the light.
the Texture of the Light. We actually have a trailer of that. Let's take a look at it.
Sure.
Take a look.
Sí, buenas, este es el Hospital Lafayette de Arroyo, este mensaje es para Herrera, la cita será hoy a las 9:30 de la mañana.
Tienes que contactar al padre del niño.
No, es que no puedo, eso no es una opción para mí.
Lucy, es tu decisión.
No, no es chiste, nosotros tuvimos un nene y él está... Él necesita un donante.
Gallina ciega. Él es bien chiquito.
What
tell
got
you?
you into that film here?
It was a research that it was in between, like, not my own story, but somebody's story, and then I combine it with some fiction. Yeah, that it was a lot of work.
I actually
but-
got goosebumps. I got goosebumps with the trailer.
Okay.
So I want to see the movie.
Yeah.
It's gonna be playing soon at the Viva Latino Film Festival. So, if it's possible, I would like to all to come.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Thank you. I'll
And-
definitely.
Well,
want to
thank
go.
you. I will check my schedule to see if that'll be available, but I'll let you
Yeah.
It will
Same
be
here.
available.
Hey,
Yeah.
as usual.
Also, I want to know how important do you encourage culture in your work?
I think I do it all the time. And what I actually enjoy the most watching all the films that people submitted to the film market, to the Latino film market, was that sometimes you go to watch a movie and everything is more American, or sometimes you go to watch a movie on TV and it's only coming from one country. And what I like the most is that bringing up Latino content. It's amazing because we can actually learn about every culture, not only, let's say, not only or Mexican or Puerto Rican, but we're bringing culture from everywhere, and that's what I enjoy the most. Because then, accepting each other, then we can be able to accept everyone else.
And it's also
And I enjoy it.
I just think it's amazing when you combine things, like the way that you were inspired to write this film. And you took one thing and another thing and you combined it. And that's one of the beauties of getting a bunch of different things and putting that together. So I think culture, the color of culture is beautiful, especially here in America.
Hmm.
Yeah. Especially where it's a mixture of like,
Yes.
you know, even with everything going on, like it's still a good mixing pot. It's just the hard thing is always accepting it, because sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. But then, you know, I think that's what makes us a family, because there's back and forth.
And also, a big detail about Latinos, I think, even though the film market is about Latinos, I feel like the Latinos, we have the opportunity to mix with every culture and make them feel like family. So we have people coming from different backgrounds to enjoy the films, and we feel happy, and they were, you know, very welcome. They enjoyed the food, they enjoy everything. They were like, this is so good.
You're making me hungry already, Arilyn.
Yeah.
So,
Sazon.
yeah. Yes.
I could smell the pizza
So-
from
Can
backstage.
never get enough of sazon. Yeah, and the pizza's all up in our noses. Well, I know it's all up in my nose. I don't know about your nose, but it's
Well,
up
it
in
is
mine.
in my nose, though. but I know Stephanie mentioned at the top of the show that I was at the Latino Film Market Festival, and we've basically had like a good time. But there was a workshop where Rolando that was like he would host it, and along with a side with, I forgot what his other name was. Stefan, yes. So I got like a lot of information from things that you need to remember in order to become a successful filmmaker or actor. Is like you have to have distribution to the public. You have to establish a relationship through distributions, provide legal documents, networking, know your business. How would you, the list goes on and on and on forever, but what would you have to say, or what advice would you give to the people in order to distribute for the people who want to be a filmmaker or an actor or so forth?
Yeah, I could do it very simple. Let's talk about primarily about the filmmaker. I think the worst thing that we do is that we only do the budget for pre-production and production. And it's very important that we have to do the budget for pre-production, for production, for post-production, for promotion, for marketing, and also for distribution. Why? Because it's important.
That's a very good question. Why?
It's very important that when the movie is done, you need legal documentation when you go to a distributor to say, this is what we're going to be ended up, an agreement. You also need deliverables for the movie. It might be you might have to have the caption outside, not like together in the same movie. They have a long list of things that you should have: a poster, you should have a trailer. If it's in Spanish, then you have to have the trailer in English. So it's everything goes on, and you should be able to be prepared. So I will say that primarily where we fail is about the business after the post-production.
To see Arilyn's movie, tune into the movie channel or on Showtime networks, and well, you'll see. But we got to get this going. It was a pleasure, Arilyn.
I know, it's just so much to talk. Thank you so much, guys.
Thanks for coming, hon.
Thanks.
Thanks
for coming
Thank you
by.
for coming.
Here is. Wait, let's hug.
Oh my gosh.
Sorry. Go ahead.
Our special thanks to Arilyn Martinez for sharing with us highlights from this year's Latino Film Market event. I'm pretty sure this inspired you so much, and for more information about this, head to latinofilmmarket.com. We'll be glad to post this link on our Spotlight social media pages. We'll be right back.